Welcome to Business Doctor. In the last couple of videos, we discussed about cardinal rules, personality tests, and so on. Now we discuss about goals and goal setting. Goal is important for both personal life and professional life. What you would like to be or be doing after some time, if planned in advance, is a goal by itself. Sometime when I say it could be in the order of 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. I would recommend a 5, 10, 15 year slab, which would meet for all types of age groups. If you are young, probably by 18, maybe you can start with 2, 5, and 10. But by the time you get into the 20s, if you are going to start the goal setting by at the age of say 20 or 22, 25, probably what you should do is like 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years. This is, of course, is important for both personal and professional life. However, there are hindrances, or as you may call disturbance, or it could be constraints. Not just one, there are many constraints in achieving this goal. We will discuss separately what that goal could be, but for now we assume that we have got a goal. And once you decide to pursue that goal over these periods, 5, 10, 15 years, then you are actually on a rolling ball where the ball rolls and you are on top of it. So unless you make up for the speed of the ball, either you will fall before the ball or you will fall behind the ball. In case you fall ahead of the ball, over a period of time, that will bulldoze you, overrun you, and you will be nowhere. On the other hand, if you are going slow on top of the ball, the rolling ball, what will happen is that you can't maintain the momentum, the ball will go and you will lag behind, or you will fall behind, or you will be left behind. The ball is nothing but the speed at which the world is changing, the environment is changing, you are changing, everyone else is changing, and it is not in one's control. So we discussed about the change management and all those stuff in the earlier videos. So it is very important that understanding the speed of the ball, in which the dimensions are moving, and then get on to the ball and be at the top so that you keep up the pace and achieve your goal. When we discuss about constraints, obviously the constraints at earlier stage, like a student, that will be different, whereas for a middle age or adult or in the people who are in the 40s and 50s and 60s, the constraints are different. For example, a student would like to be predominantly focusing on studying and playing and developing some personalities. The student doesn't need to worry about other issues like family or earning money, etc. But if you are in the early age of the career, okay, like a fresher or first 2 years or 3 years, probably you will be focusing more on the job, probably some entertainment. But in the late 20s, as you get on to a family setup, you will have a family, children to take care, and the other aspirations like having a house or having a vehicle, all those things will get into play. So for these commitments, again, you have to earn, and to earn you have to work, and that will keep up a pressure cycle. Unless someone grows in the profession, it is very difficult to earn that much. But to again grow up in the profession, it requires a lot of knowledge and skill, which again, it is a process by itself to acquire the knowledge, the capacity, and that depends on how much your intellectual ability is able to understand, comprehend, and produce the required output. There are other types of constraints, like some people will be religious or pious and godly kind of activities they will be getting onto. So if you really look at, there are multiple dimensions one has to fulfill in a goal. Like, you can't have one, like, I want to become A and ditch all the other aspects. So the goal setting should be in a way that as a personality, as a life, as a profession, how you are able to achieve in all dimensions. All dimensions, when I say, it includes your knowledge, your profession, your money capacity or earning capacity, or your family setup, or religious or spiritual activity, or social or entertainmental activity. So all these things make up a personality, and in each of these, it is a multi-dimensional. You can imagine that it is not just x and y axis, it is a multi-dimensional axis. So in each of these dimensions, you can have a scale of, say, 0 to 10, and you can map over a period of these 5, 10, 15 years how you are going to transform, and whatever the polygon shape you are arriving at, and be happy with that and try to achieve that. That's the essence of this goal setting. It's very difficult to carry all the dimensions in the entire career or in the entire life. At some stage, you may have to be focusing on the job, away from the family, or if you have to sacrifice the knowledge or the financial aspects, probably you will stay with your family, or you will focus on religious or spiritual activity. Probably you will lose something else, like the entertainment and stuff like that. So it is basically the mix and match. The individual decides how he or she wants to be at the end of 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Again, this can be revised, and another polygon can be obtained, or again it can be over the same period of 5, 10, 15 years. So revisioning is not an issue, but the focus has to be on achieving that. While we do that, there is a story that goes for the purpose, okay, the perseverance. I used to call that as a burn the boat story. Like, it is like this. So the army captain is taking 10-member team, and the job is to go across the border. The border is a waterway, is a river. So they have to cross the river by a boat, and they have to go and beat the enemy and come back. So the people decided that, okay, they want to go with the boat. Once the boat reaches the other side of the shore, which is the enemy side, the captain decides to shoot down all these boats and whatever the remains of the boats, like petrol or any ammunition there in the boat. The boat is blasted. Okay, everybody was upset, and the captain said, "No, we have got a goal to beat the enemy. Once we beat the enemy, we will take their boat, cross the river, and come back to our country." So that's a goal by itself, maybe for a team, but that is a perseverance and the conviction you have on the goal. So in order to achieve that level of conviction, it is very important that you have to make some choices. The choices have to be correct. If not correct, it needs to be adjusted, and it has to be pursued. And it has to be pursued not just once, the entire career, entire life, that has to be pursued. Okay, now just to give you a summary of that, the goal setting per se is very, very important as a goal, but the goal setting is as important as the goal by itself. But always you should remember that your life is more important than the goal. So you can revise the goal, but you can't revise the life. So that's my advice. However, you need to check the boundaries, whether you can cross, or where is your limit. So set your goal as high as possible, and at the same time that goal should inspire you to reach there. The goal should not put you off, saying that, yeah, okay, we'll do it, we'll let it go to dustbin, we'll do it later. So it should not be like that. The goal has to inspire you, and so that you can become you can reach that height with ease. Thank you.